Hey guys, the 11.1 PTR is finally here, and we get to test out some Brewmaster. In this video, I'm going to go over how does Shadow Pan versus Master Harmony feel, what's the tier set like, and any bugs that goes with it, how does Brew feel overall, and then any major talent build changes and the reasoning behind those. So first, let's talk about Shadow Pan versus Master Harmony. First of all, I think Shadow Pan is still really strong, and I think Master Harmony is better than it is last season because it's not a kick smash centric tier set. It's a blackout kick centric tier set, as well as a unintended like it's more Tiger Bomb focus as well, which really lends like overwhelming force to be a lot stronger. So since you're getting way more blackout combos, you're getting way more blackout combo Tiger Bombs, you're getting more blackout kicks in general, which lets Master Harmony be a lot stronger. You're gonna get a lot more vitality because of Way of 1,000 Strikes, and overall I think Master Harmony is gonna end up pulling out ahead, especially once the rotation gets figured out. The only issue is the like 10% DR. Will we end up needing it again? So far from my testing, no, the damage intake doesn't seem to require it, but we'll see how that ends up changing. It may change, it may not. Master Harmony does feel really good. There's one bug that goes along with it. So right now our 2 set, which is the Fortifying Brew proc, does not proc Chi Cocoon. Once they fix that, I think we will change the build and end up going Chi Cocoon because it would be pretty nice to have that, but hopefully they fix that at some point. Now, how does the tier set feel overall? So the tier set, the proc on it is 2 RPPM on the Fortifying Brew, and with long Fort Brew, I have about a 20% uptime on it throughout a key. I think with short Fortifying Brew, you can probably get Fortifying Brew up to like 23-24% uptime in a key, which is pretty good. Like right now, it's like 6%, right? So it's not great. The blackout kick part of the tier set, the 4 set, seems really good. There's a bug right now, which when you're on any target above 1, it consumes both of the stacks, which is a pretty big DPS loss. So once they fix that, it'll be even better. We'll zoom in on the bug right here. And basically, you end up getting a lot less like blackout combos this way. So instead of 3 2-second cooldown blackout kicks, then you get only 2. You get the first one and then you get the second one. Hopefully they end up fixing that pretty soon, and then we can like really test it, because again, that really lends into Master Harmony strengths. You get so many more overwhelming force procs, and it feels overall pretty good. I don't know how it compares to other tanks so far, but to me it feels really good. Brew feels way smoother than it did this season, and Brew feels pretty good in War Within Season 1 personally, but I think it feels even better in Season 2 so far. I think the tier set kind of shores up our weaknesses. Our weakness is literally just our defensive, or like living between our defensives, and that really like shores it up. So hopefully that trend continues. We'll have to test in all the other dungeons, but so far tier feels really good and I'm really a big fan of it. How does Brew feel overall? I think the only dungeon I'm really worried about is Priory. I think that's like the only like super scary tank dungeon. Mechagon Workshop's pretty easy tank dungeon. The Theater of Pain was never really that hard, especially for Brew. Like it was always pretty easy. And then this like Floodgates are really easy tank damage dungeon. I don't think there's really much tank damage to ever worry about in this key, at least for Brewmaster. It felt like I was never in any danger. And then the rest of the dungeon, yeah, I think it's literally just Priory, maybe Dark Flame Cleft, depending on the tuning. But overall, the tank damage in this key, or in these keys, seems pretty low. It's more focused on group damage. So I think that's going to lend into Brew strengths and it lets us focus more on damage. There are some really insane tank trinkets this season, which is always really good for Brew, since shields scale off of Celestial Fortunes. Celestial Fortunes are crit into healing conversion. This always buffs shields. Not all shields, but most shields get buffed by this. So that always makes trinkets really, really strong. And yeah, I think I'm looking forward to Brew this season. We'll have to see how it pans out. Obviously, this is literally day 1, so could change, could not. But yeah, I'm really looking forward to it. So talent builds. Is there anything new? So I'll have both the talents linked right here. So Shadow Pan's major change, you're going to notice this in both of the builds, is you're going to be playing Fortifying Brew Determination in Shadow Pan, and you're going to be removing 1 point in high tolerance for that. And then in Master of Harmony, you're going to be removing Chi Surge for Fort Brew Determination, and then removing 1 point in high tolerance for Ox Stance. So I think the Ox Stance you'll probably not spec into early season. You'll just run double high tolerance. And then I think you will probably play Expeditious Fortification instead of Iron Shell Brew, but we'll have to see how that one pans out. Could be either at the moment, but I think Expeditious Fortification is going to end up being better, so we just have as much Fort Brew uptime as humanly possible. I think going into next season, the only thing we really have to worry about is basically how hard the trash is going to be. The bosses, Brew's never going to have to worry about. All the bosses are pretty straightforward. The tank busters are pretty easy to deal with. We have the most amount of tools to deal with tank busters, and we just take the least amount of tank buster damage out of any tank. So I don't really think there's too much to worry about. But we'll see. I'll keep you guys updated. So the next video we're going to be going over is new trinkets, itemization issues with the gear. TLDR Apparently there's a huge lack of verse this season. Not really looking forward to that, but I'll explain that in the next video. And then what likely embellishments we're going to be running. Will it change from this season? And then stat priority, stuff like that. Like, how does the stat priority change? Do we dual wield? Do we two-hander? Etc, etc. But yeah, I hope you guys enjoyed the video. Hope you're looking forward to next season like I am. I'm pretty excited. Brew feels much smoother than it did this season. And yeah, hope you guys have a wonderful day. Like, subscribe. Have a great day.